Hello, my name is Summer Janae and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing another video in my Spelman College series. And today I would like to talk to you about your transitioning student, what happens or what to do after your student finishes college. So before we get into it, I just want to tell you to hit that subscribe button. Make sure you subscribe to my channel so you can get additional videos on the Spelman College journey. Also, make sure you like this video and share it with someone you know who may be looking at Spelman College or considering Spelman College, and they need and want more information, but from a parent's perspective. And the final thing I'm going to ask you to do is to drop any questions or comments you may have in the comment section, and then we're going to go ahead and get started. So, my daughter finished college a semester early. And so she finished up in December. And when she finished her studies in December, then she was in kind of like a period of transition because they only hold graduation once a year, and that's in May. So I would like to tell you, for those of you who have students who may finish early or on time, whenever they finish, know that there's going to be a period of transition. Know that that frontal lobe is still developing. And so you want to give them space, if you will, to help. You want to consult, if you will, for your new graduate in terms of, okay, well, what are you going to do next? Are you going to go to graduate school, or are you going to get a job? But kind of start having those conversations. And I would say have them sooner than later. And then if after they complete college, if there are some things that you're no longer going to pay for, make sure you have that conversation with your child or your student in advance, so they're just not caught off guard that, oh, something's going to change monetarily and now I'm responsible for this thing. I would recommend you kind of phase them into adulting, because remember that frontal lobe is still developing. And one of the things we tried to do for our daughter was to have the conversation with her to let her know, okay, on this date, we need you to know that this is going to be cut off. Well, when that date comes, it's not a surprise, but if you just do it out of the blue, then that may create some undue stress that he or she may have, just with dealing with all of the things of transitioning from college to either like real life or the real world or whatever. Also, when it comes to looking for or finding a place for your transitioning college student to live, I would say, again, consult from a distance. But when we actually went to put our boots on the ground and actually look for places, we allowed her to drive that conversation and where we were going. But it was just until it got to the point, at least for me, that I was like, okay, this is not what I had in mind or what I thought like we would be looking at. And then for me, it became okay, let's look. Can we at least look at maybe something that looks like this? Because I think if you really have to, how do I say this? You really have to have the conversations with them about what their potential budget would be, and then do some serious research so that they can get the best bang for their buck, because they may find themselves or try or end up somewhere, if you're not careful, that you might be like, that looks a little unsafe, if you will. And so if those are some of the things that you're dealing with, maybe as you're if you are all looking for a place for your student, maybe as you see a place when you drive by, I'm like, oh, that looks nice. Let's go look in there and see what they have, is actually how we ended up finding her new place. It was like we were driving by, going to the different tours she had set up, but I just, for me, I didn't feel comfortable, especially because the places we were going, when you asked the people who were showing us the different tours where they lived, and they would not say where they were showing us, it was like, no, something's not right with this. So kind of just, I would recommend you be patient with your transitioning student. And then another thing to be on the lookout for, to be mindful of, is the fact that their health insurance might cut off like the day before graduation because they're graduating. So you would need to think of, okay, what are you going to do for alternate coverage if he or she is going to maybe go to graduate school, but you're in between graduation and graduate school. Call your insurance providers and talk to them about potential young adult coverage that they can probably get picked up on and have for a couple months until they get to starting their graduate program. Just know what your options are as you're helping your graduate to maneuver or transition from being an undergrad to maybe a grad student. So those are just a couple things. I don't want to overwhelm you with all the information I'm giving you in this particular video, but let's call this transition video number 1. And there will be a part 2 so that we can talk about some other things in terms of what your graduate can do to help them as they're transitioning from undergrad to either full-time in the workforce or into a graduate program. Again, that's all I have for you today. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, share this video if you know someone who can use this information, like this video, and if you have any questions or comments, please drop them in the comment box. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Summer Janae, and have a great rest of your day.